guys, so today's a very exciting day for me. I'm going back to the US of A. I'm leaving Matt behind. We're gonna get some time away from each other, which is probably good for a sailboat couple, if you know what I mean. And hopefully it's a lot of fun. I'm kind of nervous about flying alone. I've never done it before, but hopefully it goes okay. Alright guys, so we have to take a car all the way to the other side of the country to where the airport is. The airport in Puerto Plata nearby was like 3 times the price, so we have to go all the way to Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo. So it's gonna take about 3 hours to get there, and Matt's nice enough to go with me and drop me off at the airport and help me out, but then he has to ride all the way back alone.
Yep. She'll be in the U.S. before I'm even back in Luperon. I'm trying to make her feel really guilty about it.
I feel a little bit guilty. And just like that, I'm back. I flew in from the airport and boy did I have trouble flying out. So I ended up going to the Dominican airport in Santo Domingo. It already took us forever to get across the whole country to go to the airport, and then I had problems. Matt walked me up to the door, I got my bag checked in, everything's going pretty smooth, and then they wouldn't let him come with me any further, so I had to go through the security. That was fine. They kind of asked me to open my laptop and turn it on, and then they kind of laughed, and I don't speak Spanish very well, so I was kind of freaked out a little bit, and then things started going bad. They asked me how I got there, and then I had told them from a sailboat, but I was trying to use my best Spanish and use my Google Translator, and then all of a sudden I was sent off to a little office room, which I don't even remember what they called it now, but it was some professional office room for something. I waited in line forever, and I started getting stressed out thinking, I might miss my flight now. So then they come up to me and they're looking for more paperwork, and I had brought some boat paperwork to show that I did come to the country. I got my passport check. I did all the things right. And then they sent me to this other area where then they wanted me to pay some taxes, and I was like, taxes on what? And they wanted me to pay like $50. And I was like, I don't know. So I called Matt. I'm trying to get him to talk to the lady. Turns out it was some extended stay fee, which I thought I didn't have to pay any extra money until I spent 90 days here, which is what we were told originally. But they said, no, it's 30 days in Spanish or whatever, and so whatever. I just paid it. I don't know what happened. I started stressing out about it. I was like, I don't want to miss my flight. I'd rather pay this $50 than not like worry about what it is and just get out of there. I don't know if it was some sort of scam or what was going on, but basically if you come on a boat, things get a little weird when you go try to fly out in the airport. And then I got my bag checked on top of that. I was randomly called to get my bag checked, and then of course I don't have anything in there, but maybe because I'm on a boat they think I'm like smuggling drugs or something. I don't know, but it was pretty stressful. But I got to see my family, hang out with my friends, and 2 weeks later I'm back in the DR. But I did get to do a lot of stuff. I went to the movie theater, I ate enough fast food that I missed in my life, you know, and I got to eat all the good food, hot showers, air conditioning. I pretty much froze the whole time I was there though, like 80 degrees air conditioning is freezing for me. But I did get a few things. I brought back some clothes for Matt, and I got some fans. So today we are finally putting in some more fans in this boat, and hopefully our situation starts cooling down.
Okay, so when I sit around to get the fans, I went with only the best primo fans that you can afford on Amazon. This is the Caframo 12 volt special fan that works off of a battery. These things are great. They're wide open so they don't get all that dusty grate where it's like hard to clean and stuff like that, and they make a lot of wind, and they're kind of soft, so if you like bump into them like I generally do, it's safe. And where mounting up the fans today because we only bought 2, which is gonna give us a total of 3 fans for the whole boat. So we're trying to get as
4.
much.
We got one busted.
Oh yeah,
one.
we got our our old boy from back in the day. So we're trying to think about where to configure these fans to get the most bang for our buck. You know, it'll be able to turn, very adjustable. Go to this couch, turn over, go to the kitchen to keep her nice and cool while she's whipping them eggs up. So yeah, that's what we're doing. This is going to be the easy part, just kind of mounting and running some wires. But I have to run some wires through the bilge. I'm going to be all down there doing the boat yoga thing, and it's not my favorite, but it'll be worth it when we have a nice, cool boat.
You just made those holes?
Now those holes were already there. Well, I drilled these where I'm going to put them because I saw this. And it's either where a fan used to be or something, a light or something maybe, but it's going to work well for what we're trying to do also. Okay, so I could put this fan up myself. I think I've already done a pretty good job of mounting 1 or 2, but I think you guys want to see Kristen installing this fan. So here she goes. She's putting this one together. Let's see how she does. So you don't know what you're doing?
No, because women use directions and they read the directions. Where's the directions?
They're in the garbage. I threw them away.
Exactly. So now how am I supposed to know what I'm doing? Alright. This shouldn't be too hard because these, obviously, you already... Wait, I feel like I'm missing a piece here. Shouldn't I have something else on top of it? Oh, you put it on afterwards. Okay, don't worry, guys. I got this. Alright. Okay, alright, I think it's working. I'm not sure. It seems like I've hit a hard spot. But don't worry, I got it.
You got those little hands so you can slide them in there easier.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Okay. Next step. Next step. Tell me what the next step is.
Okay, you put the this toggler piece, slide that down there, do a screwer on her. All right, easy breezy. Now you got to get the fan, put the fan, stick it between the winger hole.
Like this way?
Yeah, that's fine. And now you got to take your bolt, stick it through. There should be one side that has like a nut shape that it goes all the way in. Okay, stick that all the way down deep in there.
Okay, then I put this on and then I put my toggle wrapper.
Yep, then you put your toggle branch. There you go.
Alright.
You tighten that beast up and then, so yeah, now you're going to be able to face that over here toward the...
Let's see, so this is what you do to turn it? Oh, okay. So do you feel like if you were cooking on that stove, this fan would hit you?
Yeah, that definitely hit me, for sure.
Yeah, but what about people that sit here that are extra tall?
No one ever sits there that's extra tall.
It could be.
They're going to scoot over.
And what about all these... I don't think you thought this through. Okay, I guess I'll just not open it all the way when I get stuff. I don't need to blaze it all the way open here. Right?
I mean, it blazes all the way open. Nothing stops it. It goes all the way.
Yeah, but if this fan's going...
Oh, yeah.
I have the fan on, I'm cooking, and then I go in here to get my rice.
Yeah, you might get hit that way. We probably should have put it up 1 more inch, maybe. But it's fine. We don't open that thing that much. It's going to be nice.
Why didn't you just put it here?
Put what where?
Put the fan down. Oh, because that would have been even worse. You're right. Okay, you're
right. Yeah,
right.
it would have been even worse.
You're right. You're right. You're right. It's okay.
Bro, did you hear her say I was right 5 times? I can't wait to watch that back. I can't wait to watch that later.
So while I was gone, Matt actually did a lot of boat work for me, so I feel pretty good. I got a nice vacation from him, you know. We got time apart, and he did a lot of boat work. He painted some spots. He refinished some of the wood. Everything's looking pretty good in here. And now we got fans. Things are looking up for us, guys.
Alright, so I'm having to reach way back here to run the cord behind this settee. And I have a house battery over here in this area, so... It's a little tough crawling into these little nooks and crannies. Not really wanting to move everything on my boat, so gonna be sweating my balls off for the next hour or so. Alright, so far so good.
You're sweating your whole shirt through.
Yeah, she got me some weird fabric shirt that like explodes when you sweat through it. It's pretty weird. Pretty funny and rather embarrassing when like you go into public like this. But so we got this done. The reason I'm sweating so much is because on a boat, if you have to like do anything, you have to move everything in the world. So it's like, imagine if you bought a lamp for your house. You want to go put your lamp on the table, but you can't do that. First, you got to move everything in your kitchen out of the way, go through the pantries, flip over your couch, take up some tiles, drill a hole in the floor, you know, remove all your plumbing. You have to do that when you do the simplest thing on a boat. So I tore this boat up and down. But it's hard times in life. You got to remember, it's all going to be worth it when it's done. So now we're going into the deep dark, the nitty gritty. I got to climb through the bilge now and get that bilge stanky all over me, because it's the last big run here.
So once you get the cord through the bilge, then you can bring it up to the control panel?
Yeah, once I get this through the bilge here, I'll have it up at the control panel. I already ran the one to the V-berth, which wasn't too bad. There's like a little way for the wires to go, but when you got to run them underneath to go across the boat, you don't really want to have them going across the ceiling. It looks kind of dirty. So to go from port to starboard, you got to go underneath to the belly of the beast, and that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, once this is done, it'll be just clipping and cutting and piecing together, and it'll all be downhill from there. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's the stinky and the cockadookie.
I think real boat people like the smell of the bilge.
Real boat people, as opposed to who? Are you saying there's not real boat people out there?
I'm saying you're not a real boat person because you're not enjoying this whiff.
Oh, really?
Don't go in there, Bear. Be a good kitty. Bear? Up here.
Bear. Oh shit. I did it. Ah, I got it through. I'm the man.
You connected a thick wire to help lead it through?
I did. I thought that was going to be the only way. And you know what? It ended up working out for me.
See, I think what's happening is you're sweating through your shirt because the neck of your shirt isn't wide and airy enough.
Yeah, see, if the reason the shirt is so hot and I'm sweating so much to the chagrin of the viewers, is that this collar is so tight, I'm not getting the ventilation that I normally get from my low-cut blouses that you guys hate so much. So I'm suffering for you guys. I pandered to the crowd. I let you guys get to me with your comments making fun of my blouses and, you know,
wearing my shirts,
wearing Kristen's clothes, all the horrible things you guys were saying. And yeah, now I got the tight around the neckers, and look at me, pouring sweat, no ventilation.
Alright guys, we're almost there. We're pulling it through the next side. Over there is where we have our water bladder thing that is really bad actually. We had to repair it 500 times. It leaks. It just sucks.
Yeah, they're alright in theory. I don't think they're really, at least in our experience and the couple people we talked to, is if you can't lay them flat, the fittings and things like that don't work as well, and you can't heal really hard side to side without the crappy little thing popping off. But me being the engineering genius that I am, I found a way to make it work, and it's been working real well since then. I think I did that in like, had to be Key West. There's been no parts from here to there. So yeah, I fixed it in Key West, and now here we are a couple thousand miles later and still kicking along.
I got it.
Alright, honey, well, you're making lunch for us on this rainy day. We got no breeze coming in because we had to close all the hatches. So, is it hot in there?
It's pretty hot.
Well, don't even worry about it, because I got you.
Woohoo, it works.
Yeah, I know that feels good. Ooh, wee.
Feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
My life is turning around, guys.
And look, it don't even, ow! Ow! Alright, so we got our fans all installed. Had like probably the best night of sleep of our lives on this boat.
I had a pretty good night's sleep, and I had a really good morning cooking with the fan blowing right on my face.
Oh yeah, that's, you know, you can't, we did a ghetto boat at first, but now that we have some fans, some creature comforts, I think, you know, came a long way.
Fans are a must. I feel like if you don't have fans, you're asking to die out there. And I know that's my favorite saying. Yeah. But it's a bad idea. We took them for granted. We had one fan and we said, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But it's because we had a bad fan. Now that we have these new fans, our lives have changed for us.
Yeah, they're quiet. They don't take a lot of energy. See, the old fan that we had was super loud. It sounded like a helicopter flying around the boat. And it took a lot of electricity as well. Obviously, we run pretty low electrics here on the boat. So these fans were like a godsend. We learned about them from a friend of ours in the cruising community. They're a bit of a favorite among the cruisers, these particular fans. And they're great. I love them. It really changed our lives for the better. And now maybe she won't kill me as much.
Well, the reason why I like them is because they're very adjustable. You don't, because they are, I mean, they're pretty cheap though for other fans. I know you said earlier in the video that it's the best that money can buy. It's not the best that money can buy, obviously. No. But they're decently affordable and they're adjustable. So if you get one, you can move it around to go to one room like the galley and then move it around to go to the other side if you want it to. So you don't need as many. We have 4 and I feel like that's good. Yeah, it covers our whole boat.
You don't want to have 500 fans. You don't want to have fans everywhere because when you're under their way, you're going to be flying back and forth. You want to be knocking all your fans down.
They also have 2 speeds. There's one really fast one and one light one. The light one does good for me. The faster one, we barely use that one, right?
I use it all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, he spoils himself.
Guy, you know? I like to put the hammer down on the fans.
So if you guys are interested, make sure you go to our description down below. We have a link there for one from Amazon. That's where I got mine from. You can see, you can also get them in black, too, if that's more your preference for your boat.
Yeah, if you got a black interior boat, if you got a boat that cool, you're probably not rocking fans anymore. You know, if you got a black interior boat, you're probably on that James Bond. You probably don't need a fan. But they do make black for like an RV or any sort of like 12-volt application.
Oh yeah, you could use them for RVs too, right?
Yeah, the problem is, and you probably would deal with this more on land, is if there's wind, we just open up the boat and the wind blows all through the boat. But when there's no wind, the bugs are horrible, so you have to close the whole boat up.
Or rain.
Yeah, or raining. If you don't have a fan and you got to close the boat, that's a death.
Yeah.
That's an instant death.
It's a coffin.
You don't physically die, but a part of your soul dies when you're just sitting in the dank, still air. It's rather horrible. But yeah, check out that link down below if you're interested in checking out these fans, the fans that we actually used. I don't think we went over too many of the specs in this video, so they'll have all that.
Yeah, so make sure you guys thumbs up this video, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Anything else?
Obviously, like I was saying earlier, the amperage hours, the kilowatts and whatnots, I don't know that much about, full disclosure. I don't know much about stuff like that. So now that we're doing some new projects, we're slowly working up on the boat to make it better before we leave to continue on our journey. We're interested in refrigeration, but I don't know much about it. A lot of cruisers, I think, at least comment on the channel, so I know you guys have probably dealt with this before. What do you think is like the best refrigerator to get? And if you're already going to the Amazon link, you can like maybe throw a link in the comments of like what would be the best fridge to get. We looked at like a Dometic. They're kind of expensive, but they seem very practical for like 12 volts. But then there's some other ones that do like cold plates. So that's going to be the next big project now that we've cooled the boat down and ourselves. Now we're going to try to cool the food and the drinks and the beers down, not with ice, since obviously it's hard to get ice sometimes. So if you know like refrigeration, if you have any tips, any pointers, go ahead and drop the link, please, so I can look into it and I can do some reading so I can learn, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing when it comes to refrigeration. So
yeah, we're trying to turn our lives around. You know, our trip to here was pretty difficult. Now we're trying to make it a little more comfortable.
Just because we're going out into the further lands, you know, we go further and further away.
Plus, I think we learned a lot.
Yeah, it's hard to get ice. We had some fun adventures getting ice, though. I look back about all the great times we had trying to track down some ice. And we went on some fun ice adventures. But sometimes you just need in the mood for it. Need in the mood for it.
Alright guys, so we'll see you next video. Bye!